You miss me? I know you did. I missed you guys too. All right. So now we're about to actually create a new document. So we're getting into it, guys. We're about to do it. You guys ready? All right. So, I only asked you if you were ready. You don't really have a choice, but you know what I mean. So, all right. So here we go. So what we're going to do now is create a new document. So we want to go up here to the good old file. You want to go to new document. We're actually creating a document for real this time. For reals, for real. So what we want is we want letter. So where do you think letter would be if we were choosing? You got to think about this sometimes. I'm thinking it's going to be under print, but that's just what I think. Let's see if I'm right. So if I click on print, oh my gosh, look right there. There is letter. So you got to hit print, then you get letter, and then you get, voila, amazing magic, right? All right. So click letter. The next thing that we want to do is we want to set the amount of pages. So we have 2 pages that we're creating. So let's go ahead and set this up for 2. You guys see it down here? It says pages. All right. Just checking. Want to make sure. All right. The next thing that we want to do is we already have it set for letter. We want it set for landscape. So over here in orientation, let's go ahead and click on the landscape. Notice it highlights in blue. So you guys who are following me, whatever I'm clicking on is going to highlight in blue. As you see, that's the blue highlight. So that's pretty cool. All right. The width says 11 by 8.5. But if we look at our demo, we can see that it's 66 by 51 in picas. So we're good. We're set there. Number of columns. Down here at the bottom, we want to go ahead and set our number of columns. It tells us to do 3. So we're going to do 3. And then it says column gutter. It's telling us to do 0.5. And as we can see, the other way for it is 3PO. 3P0. So either one, you can either choose your unit of measurement. You could choose to use picas, that's what the P0 and all that stands for, or you can put it in inches and it's going to convert it, which is kind of cool. I love that about it, InDesign. So I'm just going to type 3 here. If I wanted to, I could type P0 and it's going to do the same thing. If you want to get out of a box without having to get the mouse and click it, tab out. And that's what I did. I hit the tab key and it went to another area. So that's something kind of cool to know as well. Not required, just cool. Okay. So now it's telling us that margins, we want our margins at 0.25 inches. So down here where it says margins, I have to twirl that open, right? Now, I want the margin on all sides to be that, so I'm going to make sure that this little lock right here is chained together, because if it's chained together, that means it's linked. That means whatever I do to one thing is going to do to them all, which is pretty cool. All right, that means I only have to change it in one of these, and it's going to change it in all 4. Let's put that theory to the test. I'm going to type 0.25, and then right after it, I'm going to hold shift and do the quotes, because that's the universal sign for inches. I'm going to hit tab, and notice it changed them all for me, all by itself. What? All by itself. See, if I was a singer, man, oh my gosh, I don't even know. But I try to be, so that's okay. I believe I have the voice. I really don't believe that because I'm a smart cookie, but if I did believe that, then I would be on American Idol right now. You know what I'm saying? I could. All right, anyway, let's just hit create. And when we hit create, we see that our document has been set up for us, right? It says the document's based off of what we said. We said that we wanted it to have a margin of 0.25 inches, and we do. We wanted to have 3 columns. It does. We wanted it to have a gutter. We wanted space in that gutter. It does. We wanted it to be 2 pages. So let's test this and see. So what I'm doing is I'm just scrolling down on the mouse. I'm going to hold the keyboard, space bar on the keyboard, so I can get the hand, just so that I can drag this in place and I can see the second document. And indeed, it is 2 pages. I'm going to go back up to the front. Now, also, I forgot to mention this. I'm working on a Mac because at home I'm a designer for real, and real designers have cool Macs. I'm just kidding, but But no, I prefer working on a Mac. I work on both. You know, there I have to work on a PC at work, but at home I have a Mac. So if it's looking a little different for you, it will, and that's because I'm on a Mac, and it's okay. A majority of the stuff should still be is actually the same. There are a few differences and things like that, but otherwise, it's pretty much the same. Like if we ever have to go in preferences and stuff like that, that's going to be different. But we'll cross that when we get there. But for right now, we're good. We're really good. So, all right. So it did everything that we wanted it to do. Once we're happy with that, we want to make sure that we save it. So I'm going to File. I'm going to go to Save. I'm going to wait for it. I'm going to navigate. Now, my navigation is going to be different than yours because my stuff is sitting on top of my desktop. But wherever your stuff is, just make sure you're navigating to it. I have a MassCom folder, but I actually want this to go into my sources folder. So let me find that. All right. So I'm going to go into the sources folder. And inside of here is where I'm going to save it. It says save it as your Viren Desktop Publishing and your name. So if I were to save mine as my Viren, let's see, the year is, what year is it? The year is 18. The month is 06. And today's day, I believe, is the 15th, right? So I got my Viren in there, dash. I am a DoD civilian, so I'm going to put my dash in there for that. I'm going to put my Viren dash. I'm going to put my series, and it's going to be the first document that I worked on today. All right. I'm actually pretending it's the first document I worked on today. I worked on another one, but for now, it is the first document that I worked on today. So I'm going to choose, once I have my Viren, I'm going to choose Save. What did I forget to do? You guys let me do that too. I did not add my, the desktop publishing and my name. So I'll fix that over the break. So you guys make sure you guys have that as well. But regardless, you guys know how to save your documents. You've been saving them forever. So just make sure that you're saving it based off of what you're told to save it as, because you don't want to lose points over something as small as that. All right. So with that being done for the moment, I'm going to stop the recording here, and then we'll pick back up in the next recording where we actually go into the document. But for now, we've created a new document and we've saved it correctly. All right. See you guys in a few minutes. Later, taters.